Hey, I shouldn't be telling you this, but if you skip this part of the video, you will miss out on the deal of a lifetime. If you click the link in the description, you will see that Atlas VPN are giving out an offer to get a 3-year subscription for just $1.83 per month. That's less than Netflix's latest price increase. Plus, it comes with 3 months for free and a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's the best VPN on the market, and you can use it to watch shows that are not available on streaming services in your country. So you can watch Friends on UK Netflix, no matter where you are in the world, as long as you have a subscription to Netflix. You can even use it on unlimited devices, so everyone in your house can watch Friends on UK Netflix at once. And they keep your searches private, so that we'll all finally stop spying on you. But remember, time is of the essence if you want to get this offer. Just $1.83 per month to get a 3-year subscription by clicking the link in the description below.
Am I the asshole for making a post about my daughter's favorite celebrity being rude to us? My daughter and I were recently on vacation. We spent the day in an area that's known to have a lot of rich, famous people, and towards the end of the day we saw one of my daughter's favorite celebrities, we'll call her A, walking out of a store. My daughter ran to the store, but when she got near A, she was stopped by A's security. They said that A's there with her daughter for her daughter's birthday and wants to focus on her daughter. My daughter was very upset because she's been a fan of A for a very long time, so she tried again for a picture but was turned away. My daughter was crushed, so later that night I made a post talking about my experience with A, how she wouldn't let anyone go near her and her daughter. The fact that her security was rude, and her not being willing to stop for a couple seconds for a picture. I understand it's her daughter's birthday, but a 1-minute interaction with a fan isn't going to ruin her day, and if it does, that girl needs to learn that the world doesn't revolve around her. The post ended up getting a lot of attention, and a lot of people actually said my daughter and I were being entitled for expecting A to interrupt her daughter's birthday for everyone that wants a picture. My husband also saw the post and said he couldn't believe that I would bash her for trying to spend the day with her daughter. I'm not trying to bash her for spending the day with her daughter, but she wouldn't be where she is without her fans, so I think she at least owes it to them to take a picture. Am I the asshole for making the post about A? That girl needs to learn that the world doesn't revolve around her. Kinda the lesson I'm thinking you and your daughter need to learn, to be honest. You are the asshole. I understand being disappointed, but famous people are still people. 1 minute plus 1 minute plus 1 minute eventually adds up, especially on their kid's birthday. My daughter was very upset because she's been a fan of A for a very long time, so she tried again for a picture but was turned away. Isn't going to ruin her day, and if it does, that girl needs to learn that the world doesn't revolve around her. Ha! I wonder if those two thoughts can be tied together in some sort of life lesson that fits the situation. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. Seriously, you typed all that out and still think you are right? Am I the asshole for telling my wife's kid sister I never liked her? I'm 30, my wife is 34, and her sister Alexa is 19. We got married 2 years ago, but we've known each other for a long time. My wife's parents live abroad and they have a business there. 11–12 years ago they sent Alexa to the US to live with my wife and get her education. My wife is basically her only parent. She does everything for Alexa. I'll be honest. Alexa is a brat who honestly gets on my nerves. It's like she exists to make my wife's life miserable. She's arrogant, rude, entitled, nasty. She constantly broke rules and none of her teachers ever liked her. She refused therapy. I'm amazed at the patience and kindness my wife has because the girl was a nightmare. The second Alexa went to college we got married. She came home for Thanksgiving, probably skipping classes, and came to me this weekend and confessed her feelings. Apparently, I treated her so much better than my wife when she was growing up. I tried to be nice to her just because she's my wife's sister. I'd do things like take her out once in a while to give my wife, then girlfriend, a break. When my wife would try to tutor Alexa and she wouldn't even do her work and fail half her classes, I told her to let it go. I lost it and told her I don't like her, I never liked her, and I was only nice to her because it would make my wife happy. I told her I only put up with her spoiled self to be with my wife, and I was annoyed whenever she intruded. Alexa started sobbing and ran out. I told my wife everything and she said I was right to turn her down but didn't have to be so harsh. She thanked me for being honest. Her parents are furious. I've gotten a bunch of weird text messages from what I suspect are Alexa's friends. Am I the asshole? Edit. I would never do anything because Alexa is literally a kid I've seen grow up. It would be disgusting and immoral. I would have shut her down either way, but I'm asking if I'm the asshole for revealing how I really feel about that brat. Not the asshole. Don't be alone with her ever again. Her words against yours. Location flag, location flag, location flag. Not the asshole. She's an adult and needs a reality check for her past behavior. The problem isn't what you did, it's that no one did it before. Her parents have no right to be upset since they passed off the job of parenting to your wife. Not the asshole, but what in the world is going on? Your wife thinks you were too harsh in turning down her sister's attempt to ruin your marriage? Were you supposed to just pull a Gabby from Desperate Housewives and say, "That's a negatory on the affair," with a smile on your face? Person facepalming, female sign flushed. Edit. Not the asshole. Don't spend time alone with her anymore. She's not a child, she knows better. In .fo did she confess her feelings romantically, or just state that she felt you were a kinder parental figure than your wife? Am I the asshole for bailing on Thanksgiving because I'm sick of hearing what a failure I am? I, 28 male, come from a family where everyone joins the Marines. Most of the males in my family join straight out of high school and make it their career and their entire personalities. I joined straight out of high school, did my time and did not re-enlist. Instead I went to school and got a good job in a hospital that supports my wife, and I am happy with my life. But whenever I see my family, they always like to talk about how I gave up on the military for an easy life, how my cousins made it though and are still in. Since it's November, every Thanksgiving has to have a Marine birthday cake and leads to comments about me not acknowledging that's Marine birthday on Facebook. Just dumb stuff that doesn't even matter. I have told them over and over that is fine for my cousins, but they are also deployed a lot and never see their families, and I like coming home to my wife every day. One of my cousins is 21, married to the first girl who spoke to him, and now has a 1-year-old. This is who they compare me to because I'm 28 with no kids. That fine if that's what he wants, but not for me. I told my mom this year my wife and I are going to stay home and do our own Thanksgiving. She's upset and calling me immature, saying they are just kidding and I'm too sensitive, but I'm sick of getting put down every holiday and family get-together for choosing a different life path than them. Not the asshole. If you do end up going, bring the Crayola tub of crayons and set it out with the desert's OK sign, medium light skin tone. Listen, not the asshole. Military life isn't for everyone. It's hard. And it's hard on families. Tell mom you aren't the immature one. The rest of them are for being such giant ahs. Enjoy Thanksgiving with your lovely wife. Not the asshole. It's not kidding, it's bullying. They're bullying you for choosing civilian life over the military. FTR, working in a hospital is not an easy job. Tell them you'll be helping to save lives instead of killing brown children in the rich people's oil wars thinking face. Not the asshole. Cutting toxic family events to reduce your stress level so you and your wife can enjoy the holidays is the furthest thing from immature. Am I the asshole for not paying for my stepdaughter's tuition because she wants to be a doctor? My wife and I have been married for a decade. She's a stay-at-home wife and we have no children of our own. She has a daughter from a previous relationship, Sarah, and we've gotten along for the most part. Sarah is a junior in college and pursuing a biology degree with additional courses required by medical schools. She's had dream of being a doctor and helping people since her mom and I met. The problem is she's not a very good student. She's failed her Biology 1 class and had to retake it to get a B. She really struggled in her next level biology class and finished with a C. She also got a C in her chemistry class. She got a B in Calculus 1 and 2. She's making A's in her non-science and non-math classes, so they're padding her GPA, which is at a 3.2. This semester I just learned she will make B's and C's in her science and math classes. I'm not a doctor and I don't know any doctors, but I did online research. I found out that medical schools require many things, but at the top of the list they is a high GPA and top grades in science and math classes. With Sarah's grades, she's not getting into any medical school. I even looked into nursing school to see if I can talk her into going that route, and all the ones I looked at require higher grades than what she has. I talked with my wife about it and she said medical school looks at other things besides grades, and that's where Sarah excels. She has a solid volunteer resume and she cares about people. I argued none of that matters if her grades are not good enough. She argues that Sarah will do great in the interviews. Like I said, I have no experience with medical school, so I can't argue with her logic. Instead, I talked with Sarah when she came home for Thanksgiving and told her to look into another major because she might not be cut out to be a doctor. She ran to her mom and we all got into a huge argument. I admit I lost my temper and yelled I'm not wasting any more money on something she'll fail at. I told them both I'm not paying for next semester's classes unless she changes her major to something more realistic. I feel bad, I really do, but I'm not rich and I don't have money to waste if she doesn't have a chance to get into medical school. Am I the asshole? Additional info. The reason why I want her to switch majors is that having a biology degree without any advanced degree is useless from my research. While I don't know any doctors, I have friends who have biology degrees without other advanced degrees and they couldn't do anything with it. One had to go back to school for another degree. One works as an assistant manager at Lowe's, another has been a receptionist for 20 years. They all advised against getting just a biology degree. While these are all noble jobs, they didn't need to pay for a biology degree to get those jobs. I'm still willing to pay for her degree if she switches to something that will allow her to get a good job. Not the asshole if she can't pass Bio 1 and Chem 1 with high A's, she will not pass the MCAT. Basically, given all this information, there is not a med school that will take her. She needs to find an alternate path in life. Not the asshole, but a frank family discussion is in order to discuss what type of aid will be available after college. Info. Has she taken organic chemistry yet? I remember knowing a bunch of people on a pre-med track back in college and that class more than any other seemed to be a sorting hat for who continued on to med school. Edit. Spelling. Not the asshole. I suggest a conversation with an academic advisor so she can develop some realistic options.